Good morning and welcome to your reading for Wednesday, March 4th. I am going to get the cards here for the reading for the collective and try to change up the way I read a little bit and try to get the cards down here more so that I can get the full message before I just randomly start talking. So I'm using the Akashic Truth cards today, and we have a step back. You're being asked to step back from your life in order to gain perspective. When you're too close to a situation, it can be hard to make a decision. Span out and view your life from a distance so you can get the perspective needed. So we have this elephant and taking a step back to look at things from a different perspective. And then we have deception. You're not seeing the entire picture of a person or a situation. It may be purposefully withheld from you, or you may be choosing to look the other way or betray yourself in some way. It's time to gain clarity. Okay. So both of these are about a different perspective. It is about, really taking a step back and looking at what's happening in your life right now. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the right track. Life is like a train, and it's important to find the right track. Don't blindly follow the wind and take a moment to think about what you really want. Once you're on the right track, you will find the way forward, getting smoother and smoother. So what Spirit is asking here is for you to look at things in a different way. But it does seem that you do take this time for yourself here, that you are listening to yourself to try to find that right perspective for you. And just kind of going with the flow here. And when I see this stepping back and I see the elephant here, elephants have really good memory. And, sometimes when we go through a lot of things in our life, we remember all of those things that we went through, especially if they were really hard. And it's saying when you're too close to a situation, so this could be a family situation, it could be something that you're directly involved with that is very close to your heart. And what it's asking you to do is just to take a minute and take a step back and to really look at this in an objective viewpoint, without, all of those memories of the past here and the things that, didn't go right for you. So this over quite a large elephant, and, here we have this little person or something here at the very bottom. So it's almost like you can't see the forest for the trees in this case here. So taking a bigger look, or a broader zooming out look to see if there is something that is happening in your situation. But I do feel like you are on the right track, and that you're just unaware of something that's coming towards you. This is what I feel around this deception card. I think that you're just unaware of something that's going to be coming towards you because you have been taking the time to step back, take a look at the situation before you move ahead, before you begin to move ahead on this journey. But it is time to gain that clarity, is what this is saying around the deception card. So taking the time to really settle into self and decide how you want to move forward. Maybe seeing all things without illusion. Yesterday we had that Fantasyland card and seeing things without illusion. So learn to listen. And judgment. So listening is a sign of respect for others. Listening without interrupting and attentively makes the other person feel valued. By listening, you can understand the thoughts and needs of others and gain more insight and knowledge. And then we have judgment. If you have the benefit of good fortune, and if you use your wise judgment, you can do anything. In this place, you can reach new heights. You should act on potential when you see the pattern, since what you plant will grow. You're about to experience a spectacular ascent. So it is what it is. That is what I was saying, even in terms of this judgment card, is that there is something coming in for you, and it is something around seeds that you have planted that you wanted to bring into your life. It's just that you're not really seeing it, and maybe it is around this learning to listen. So learning to listen, there is a transformation happening around you here with all of the butterflies that I see around this young boy who is learning to listen here. So you can do and attain new heights here. Let's see if we can get a little bit more information around this, getting a new perspective, learning to listen, and this judgment card. So let's see here. Taking a step back. So we have create fearlessly, learn, and dream big. So create fearlessly. So I almost feel like maybe recently you have done something that was very creative. And this creative endeavor was maybe somewhat of a risk for you. Maybe you felt that, it was something that caused you a little bit of anxiety. What this kind of reminds me of actually is this chapter that I wrote for my book. It's a compilation book that I wrote with 21 other authors, and it's called Modern Day High Priestess. And being a part of that book, it is about creating fearlessly, because here there is 22 women who have fearlessly created and written their own stories, their own life journey. So in terms of that, creating fearlessly, going and putting it all out there, that you're not seeing the entire situation. So when I look at this step back and deception that comes out right above this creating fearlessly, it is about how you look at yourself. And so this is a really good time to gain some clarity. Even when I think of this book chapter that I wrote, like at the time I was really, really busy, but it did give me some time to take that moment to step back and to really reflect on my life and what I wanted to write about. And so maybe there's just something that you're not seeing here entirely. So go ahead and create fearlessly. And then we have learn to listen. And then underneath that learning to listen, we have learn. Knowledge is a tree growing with every leaf. So there's a lot of learning going on right now, and it is learning from others, of course, but also learning from the divine. I feel like you are being given messages by the divine here, and that things right directly from Creator that you may have not necessarily learned from someone else. So I feel like this tree of knowledge that you do have is becoming bigger and bigger, and it is because you have learned to listen. You've learned to listen to Creator, and you've learned how to transform anything that has come into your life that may be taken as a negative or a heavy. So you've been able to really listen to what those what those messages are, and how to transmute them into your own life. But by doing this, you are becoming very wise. Your tree of knowledge is quite large. And then underneath this judgment card, we have dream big. Wings strengthened by gazing on the horizon. And so what this is about this judgment card is about asking you to be resurrected from the dead. If you recall the judgment card in the tarot, there all of those people are like being risen from the dead, and it is about what kinds of potential that you have in your life, and how you have your eye on the prize. I'm sorry, guys. I'm having a hard time speaking here. But this dreaming big is gazing on the horizon. So you are absolutely focusing on a goal, and it is to your good fortune, whatever it is. This learning to listen. This is a message that has come from Creator, and you are absolutely learning to receive those messages. But this is something that is co-created with Creator, and these things will come into play. So whatever you have manifested, it is going to happen. There's no doubt about it. We have this hold steady, let the storm pass, but your north is eternal. So no matter what, this is what I'm getting here, is that you are holding steady to the course. You are you have a mission that you have on the horizon, and you keep this in mind, and this mission is something that you are co-creating with Creator. So let it flow. Let this flow to you. Did we see another thing about flow here, about the knowledge flow? And then be surprised. The universe weaves gifts with invisible threads. Be surprised. This card is actually surprising me, because even in the book that I have, that chapter I just wrote, I did title it The Weaver. And it is coming in underneath this. The universe weaves gifts with invisible threads. And this is what I talk about, although I do talk about a golden thread. And I think this golden thread that we have throughout our lifetime is all of these really valuable lessons that we find ourselves on. And it is all about these gifts that are interweaved, and they are interweaved within our life. We just need to take the time to do that self-reflection and really have a good look at the kinds of experiences that have been woven into your own life. And just know that there are always gifts, when you create fearlessly, when you share your story with others, when you have done the work. Creator will surprise you with gifts throughout this lifetime. And it does say, live in the present. Now is the only moment that exists. Embrace it. So just like yesterday, I think we got a card, something about living in the present moment as well. And I do believe that this is the only place that we really need to focus on, is in this present moment, allowing for this let it flow card. It says the bamboo bends but never breaks. And I think I was talking to you a few days ago on this reading, where they talk about how, where I come from, that the chief that was our chief for quite a long time, and who our community is named after, this also means the tree that bends but never breaks. That was his name, and that is who we are named after. So so I am getting this ancestral flow, this knowledge tree that is coming from your ancestors. When I see this, learn, knowledge is a tree growing with every leaf. This is what it's coming right down on the learn to listen. So I do feel that you are allowing for these messages to come in, you're letting them flow, and you are doing this by being in the present moment. So do continue to create fearlessly, and know that, Creator's on your side. Dream big, hold steady. You are being asked to co-create with the Creator, so hold steady. Dream big, it's coming. And you will be so surprised in how and how everything works out, because you've learned very well throughout this lifetime. Awesome. All right, let's get an angel card number for you. Let's see what we need for March 4th for the collective. And it is positive thinking. Positive thinking is vital in creating a healthy and abundant life. A positive attitude, along with positive beliefs and thoughts, are crucial ingredients for creating happiness. Don't worry, think love. So, taking this time for yourself, absolutely. You've learned to listen, and you've learned to listen through this positive thinking. Keep this positive thinking up. You are on the right track. You will be exactly where you have been called to. Because this is a goal that you have created along with the Creator. So thanks so much for joining me today. Sorry, excuse my voice, and I'm having a hard time spitting out these words, but I am very thankful that you joined me today. So please like, share, or subscribe. Take good care.